Hi, I'm Ben Glass.
And I'm Matt Hansen.
We're from Boundary Bay Brewing Company, and today we're going to be sharing a classic American dish perfect for these cold winter months.
That's right, we're going to be showing you how to make a meatloaf, the newest addition to our dinner menu, which features both the dry Irish stout and the Bellingham blonde ale.
It's a simple recipe. It takes about an hour total time, and it's a real crowd pleaser.
The ingredients for this include 2 pounds of ground beef, a cup each of onions, celery, and carrots, 2 eggs, 3 cloves of garlic chopped, a teaspoon each of salt and pepper, a 1/4 cup of tomato juice, 3 tablespoons of chopped parsley fine, 2 to 3 slices of Boundary Bay beer bread, and a 1/4 cup of Bellingham blonde ale, both of which can be purchased at Boundary Bay year-round.
So now we're going to combine all of our ingredients, starting with whisking the eggs. And adding them. Then we'll be adding the onions, celery, and carrots, and the garlic, our parsley here, our tomato juice, breadcrumbs, and our pepper and salt. Then we'll be mixing it by hand, just loosely combining all of the ingredients together. And then after we get all of those ingredients kind of mixed up there, we'll be adding the beer. Like I said, about 1/4 of a cup, leaving some for you to enjoy as you wait for it to bake. We're going to be making 4 individual loaves, that way each person has their own, and it cuts down on baking time. Now if you're just making this for yourself, you can either quarter the recipe or you can put the rest away in the freezer for another day. We're just going to scoop it out here with our hands. And just loosely form it into loaves. Now I'm using parchment paper here so that the meatloaf doesn't stick to the pan. You can use cooking spray as well to accomplish that.
So here's a little twist we like to do on this recipe down at the bistro. We take locally made applewood smoked peppered bacon and just take 2 strips and wrap it around each loaf.
Once we've wrapped all of the loaves in bacon, we're going to put it in a 400-degree oven for about 35 minutes or until the internal temperature reads 165 degrees. Ah, thank you, Matt. Cheers.
Cheers.
While the meatloaf is baking in the oven, we're going to make a mushroom stout demi-glaze sauce for it. We're going to use about 1.5 cups of some local shiitake mushrooms, but any mushroom variety will do. We're going to use about 1 tablespoon of butter, some demi-glaze concentrate that you can buy at the store, and some of our Boundary Bay dry Irish stout. I'm going to start by melting the butter in a saute pan over about medium-high heat. And we're going to add the mushrooms. And saute until they're soft. Takes about 3 to 4 minutes. So once the mushrooms are beginning to brown, we're going to take the dry Irish stout and pour about 1/4 of a cup in there. Then we're going to take a couple tablespoons of our demi-glaze concentrate. Add that. Kind of stir that up a bit. Once you get all of that incorporated, we're going to add a little bit of water and simmer it on the stove on a medium-high heat for about 3 minutes until it starts to thicken up again. Now that it's simmered down and thickened, we're going to turn the heat off. Set it aside until the meatloaf is done.
We've decided to plate our meatloaf with mashed Yukon Gold potatoes and broccolini. You want to take your finished sauce and spoon the desired amount on top of your meatloaf. And enjoy.
From Boundary Bay
to your table.
Cheers.